Right, we're back, and today we've put it in the shade, and we're actually going to paint it outside because I looked in the garage and there is just not enough space to work, but also I have no sort of ventilation and I don't want the garage covered in spray paint, so we're just gonna do it outside. Fortunately today there is no wind, as you can see, so I just need to tape up this area and just all this and cover the dashboard, and then we're ready to go. So that's it all taped up now, and we're gonna get to spray. Now all of this stuff here realistically does not need sprayed, any of that stuff. The only bits we're gonna see is this, them arch bits there, maybe a bit on here, that bit on the back door. We're not gonna see any of this, any of this, any of this, or maybe even any of this. But I wanna just do it all because if any of it just pokes through slightly of any red, it's gonna annoy me, so I'm doing it. Now there isn't any wind, but because it's so light, it's acting as if there's like huge amounts of wind, and there really isn't. But yeah, let's get on to spraying. I almost forgot one thing: tack cloths. Now, if this isn't a tutorial, because by no means am I an expert, and do not follow this as a tutorial. There are better people out there to follow. But tack cloths, basically, I'm just going to wipe the surface down. It's like a sticky cloth, and any little bits of dust and stuff will stick to this, and then it'll be 100% clean. We dust it and stuff and clean it all out. But there will be still little bits that will just get on this, so we'll do that and then we'll start spraying. So first of all, PP, we don't want to be breathing in all this gas. And what we're going to do is we're going to give it a light coat to begin with, and then we're just going to build coats up, so we'll end up giving it like 5 or 6 different coats rather than just one heavy one, because we want it to be nice and even. And we'll start with this really awkward bit. Hello, big dog. Hello.
I think she's scared.
I'm scared. Hello.
Come in,
Hello.
back in this, yeah.
So that's coat number 1 done. You can see it is still like not went on. Like I said, it was only a light layer. This paint is really runny, so I did have a problem over here. But it's not covered too bad actually, and it looks alright. Obviously it'll take a good few coats. Currently went through 1, so I'm hoping it'll go through in another 3 coats, because I need to be basically stood on this to be getting into here to do a good enough job. So I'm going to have to do this side and then come to this last. Now this is the biggest surfaced area, so I'm just going to say this will take more cans than I've actually got. But we'll see. So we'll let that dry for a bit, and then we'll come and do the second coat, and then we'll come and do the third coat, and we'll see how it looks. Now I'm a believer. So that's 6 cans down, got those tiny pairs of gloves. And we are done. Obviously the back seats will cover this area. But here we are. Black. Now it's still quite tacky, so I'm not going to touch it. Around the back windows, obviously we'll have the cards in there. These bars are done inside the doors. And the little gap in there. And they're also done around here and these billets here. Now you will actually see this bit. These bits probably not. So this bit's exposed in the car, this bit's covered, that bit's covered, and then obviously the roof lining goes on, but I've done just around the edges in case there's just a little bit shown. But this is the main bit, this is all exposed, the majority of this is exposed. I think these bits are covered, so I put extra coats on this bottom bit. Obviously being in the boot there is going to be loads going in and out of here, so it's probably going to get damaged and scratched quite a lot. The paint is quite rough, but I'm going to put like a liner on top or something anyways, but just in case you can see around the edges, don't know that. It still looks a bit patchy, but once everything's back in, it should look good. So, oh, come with them. Like I say, it's still damp, it's going to take a long time to dry before it's like ready to be bashed about and all the seats put in. So what I'll do is I'll fire it back in the garage, we'll come back in a few days and just check on it. So I will see you guys then.